Eleanor Ferris, who will be our technical director today. Sam and Virginia will not be here today. They are out, and we wish them love and light. Art Handy will be sharing today's message, and Alan Russell will be sharing today's meditation and affirmations. Let's give them all a hand. Yay! That is wonderful. Our greatest desire is that you're inspired by the message, the meditations, the affirmations today. And we are blessed by your presence here over Zoom. And what a blessing to even be able to do this. I mean, even 5 years ago, I don't think we could have pulled this off. So it's just amazing. And we are blessed that we can be still together, unified by our love and by Zoom, and we are just blessed. And this is the month of the power of will. Will is the power of the month. And that is the ability to choose, to decide, to command, to direct, and to determine. And that's amazing. And with that will, we are going to say together our power, our mission statement with the power of will. Together, to inspire spiritual transformation as a vibrant, diverse,
community.
inclusive community. And then with the power of the will, we will say our state of being together. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God the good, omnipotence. Very good, very good. Once again, we want to welcome everyone who's here. And if you're here new for the first time, or maybe seeing this later on Facebook, on our archives, we just want to welcome you and look forward to seeing you in person at the church. That will be exciting. We are honored to have you here. Unity is a worldwide ministry dedicated to the ongoing awareness of the spirit within all. We invite you to consider our teachings. If they work for you, fit into your life wherever you may be in your spiritual journey. Keep what works for you and just gently release the rest. We will now bless everyone who is watching. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you, just as you are. And Alan Russell will now share our next step.
Thank you, Patty. Please repeat after me our affirmations, and that will be followed by our meditation. Repeat after me. In the silence, I am aware of divine possibilities.
In the silence, I am aware of divine possibilities.
Divine guidance gives me clear direction.
Divine guidance gives me clear direction.
Expressing the wisdom of spirit.
Expressing the wisdom of spirit.
I am guided in right ways.
I am guided in right ways.
So as we prepare for our time of meditation, I would invite you to close your eyes if you wish, or relax your gaze, and get comfortable in your chair. Take some deep breaths. Breathe deeply, slowly, deliberately. Let each breath relax you more. Feel all the muscles in your body relaxing. For this is the time to quiet our minds, to surrender to spirit. For the moment, all anxiety, all tension fades away. We take time to journey to that still point within. We take time to be one with the one. Breathe into that awareness. The power of will is our ability to be open and receptive to God, to awaken to the divine potential within. Our development of this ability comes through the surrendering of old ways. For no matter how well we understand spiritual laws, if we're not willing to adhere to them, they're not useful to us. We must ask ourselves, why would we not be receptive to Spirit when there is such a benefit in doing so? The answer is fear. Fear of change, fear from leaving what is familiar. This fear holds us fixed in a rigid position we must overcome. We must go to that place within. We must be present and available to the activity of Spirit. At times, we may feel very vulnerable as we experience the obstacles of life, even to the point of losing security in our feeling nature. We must loosen the hold of outward appearances. We must be open and receptive to our feeling nature. For a moment, let us go a little deeper within, more immersed in the stillness. Breathe into that place of truth. Really feel the love and the peace that exists here. Really feel this presence within. For in this place, there is a new feeling of comfort, a new level of consciousness. We are confident and secure here. And we know this place within is always available to us. Our thoughts, our words, our actions must reflect this presence within. And we become less dependent on old ways. As we open ourselves to Spirit, we know all our needs will be met. And although we acknowledge the outer appearance, we act according to inner instruction. We respond to that small voice within. We must encourage ourselves. We must put courage in what facts seem negative. We must put courage into our thinking and feeling. It's not always easy to follow our inner instruction, but we must be courageous in spite of outer appearances. For when we choose God, the appearances adjust into the revelation that God wants only good for us. And God is that good within each and every one of us. Always available if we but listen. From the book of John, Jesus said, "I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father." But what is the will of the Father? What is God's will seeking? The will of God is not a power that's outside of us or separate from us. It is the divine potential that is within each and every one of us. The light within us that is always seeking good for all. Always the highest and best for all. So as long as we are seeking good for all, we are moving according to God's will. As we move through each day, we must ask ourselves whether or not our goal poses any disadvantage to others. For if it does, we are using our own personal will and using it in a negative way. We must go to that place within. We must open our hearts, our minds to Spirit. We must pursue until we see a wonderful possibility for everyone. We must keep listening to Spirit. There is always a way trying to reveal itself to us. Let us now open our hearts and minds to the will of God for a moment in the silence. Our will is the great permission giver of our consciousness. It moves to action all the other spiritual gifts. For no matter how well we understand our God-given gifts, if we are not willing to use them, they remain as potential only. A gift isn't very exciting if we don't unwrap it. We were all empowered with 12 spiritual gifts at birth, but unless we unwrap them, we will not develop in consciousness. We must be willing to untie the ribbon and peel back the wrapping to discover these gifts. Then as we use these gifts, our lives are transformed. And we know that they are all part of our most valuable gift, our Christ nature. And in the name and the nature of the Christ within, we affirm and say together, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. Wait, what are you all laughing at? What's so funny?
What are we all laughing at?
This morning's message is the most underappreciated spiritual practice. And I want to unfold this. In my short 52 years young of life, I've learned many things. And out of the many things that I've learned and I reflected on this week, I kind of boil it down to 4 life lessons. 4 important life lessons that I've come to that are very rewarding and very enriching. And I kind of thought I'd give you all the benefit of those life lessons and see if they resonate with you. It might be something that you can use in your life to help you in your life. So, you know, being the nice guy that I am and the loving and caring guy that I am, I thought I would share them. So these are 4 different life lessons. Here we go. Life lesson number 1. The world would be a much better place if we'd all would just admit that our underpants sometimes get caught in our butt cracks. I know we can all relate to this. I know we've all had it. I know we've all had it happen. You know, you're walking along and you kind of feel your underpants just kind of rise and rise and rise to the point of uncomfortability. And you just can't, you want to adjust, but you can't because you're in the middle of a lot of people and you don't want to look weird. So you try to wait till you get to the restroom or get to a place where you can get out of Dodge so you can adjust. So this happens to all of us. And if we'd all just admit that it would happen to all of us, it would make things lighter, I think. I think this is really important. Here's another important life lesson that I think is important. Life is like diarrhea. No matter how hard you try to stop it, the crap just keeps on coming. And it just comes and it flows. And there's despite your best efforts, there's just nothing you can do. And it can be kind of stinky and hopefully nobody else gets close because it can splash on them. So this is just the way it is, and we should all just admit it. Here's another good life lesson for us. A good friend will always try to bail us out of jail, but a best friend will be in the cell right next to us and say, man, that was fun. I mean, what are friends for? If the friend is not willing to engage in that experience with you, they get you locked up in the slammer. I mean, what good are they as a friend? I mean, they just find new friends, okay? They're just not good friends. They're not good friends at all. And this next life lesson, I know many of you ladies who are married or have been married, you can kind of relate to this, but I want to caution you. If a man says he'll fix it, he'll fix it. You don't have to remind him every 6 months. I mean, he'll get around to it in his own good time. I mean, there is the saying that if it's broke, it'll get fixed. It just may not get fixed when you would like for it to be fixed, So just be patient with him, and in a few years he'll get around to painting the room or mowing the lawn or whatever it is that you want him to do. Well, hopefully you all got some laughs and some chuckles, because this is the most underappreciated spiritual practice, in my opinion. Laughter. Laughter. We all laugh at various points in times, but in these times, I think we could stand to laugh a little more, especially with the heaviness of all that's going on. Laughter has so many benefits, spiritual and otherwise. Spiritually, laughter causes us to be present. It causes us to, at least for a temporary time, release those things that may be troubling us. And it really opens ourselves up to the lightheartedness of the divine. In the book, Teach Us to Pray, Charles Fillmore makes reference to the healing power of laughter. And it really is healing. Physically, laughter helps to loosen our muscles. It helps us to feel more energy in the moment. And that aids along with the spiritual benefit of laughter being present. Emotionally, laughter lightens our moods and helps us to be more carefree. Because whatever might be worrying us or troubling us at any given time, if we're able to get a good laugh, it can give us moments of release, moments of releasing of stress. I know for me, laughter is very important because I often have a bad habit of getting very intense at times and very serious. And I need to laugh. And most of you who know me, you know that one of the things that I love to do is laugh. And I will expose myself to a lot of crude things if it holds the promise of a good belly laugh at the end of it. So what about you? What makes you laugh? What makes you laugh? Is it certain movies that make you laugh? Is it certain comedians that make you laugh? I would invite you to identify whatever it is that makes you laugh and take in a steady diet of laughter. I know for me, I love stand-up comedy and I love stand-up comedians. And I consider stand-up comedians healers because they have the ability to look at life in such a way to where they can extract the humor out of everyday living. And I love comedy movies. My two favorite movies are the Naked Gun series with Leslie Nielsen. No matter what I'm doing and no matter how many times I've seen those movies, I can watch them over and over again and just bust a gut laughing. And the Police Academy series, I love that too. It just makes me laugh. I would invite you to consider what it is that makes you laugh And just as you would have normal periods of prayer and meditation or exercise, or you might make it a point to really be mindful of your eating, I would invite you to take in laughter and take that in as a practice of wholeness, as a spiritual practice, because it helps to bring us more into a place of wholeness, and it makes us feel lighter, and it relieves stress, and it makes us present. So find something to laugh at, or find someone to laugh at. Don't tell them you're laughing at them, and get a good laugh and take that spiritual medicine in. As always, I hold you all in very sacred space. And in that sacred space, I speak a simple word of prayer: life, light, and love, and laughter to you all. God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Art, and love the hair. Love it. So we are all blessed with laughter. We are blessed with the will of the power of the month, and we are certainly spiritually fed here at Unity of Wichita by everyone being present here today. So please consider giving a tithe or an offering this morning. You can push the donate button on our website at www.unityofwichita.org/donations to give a secure financial gift. You could also send a check directly to the church. That would be great as well. Whatever amount you are guided to give this morning, just visualize that electronic tithe or that check you're sending in the mail, and we're going to bless it together with our offering blessing. Divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. Amen.
Amen.
And we envision that those electronic tithes and offerings, we envision them and we infuse them with love and energy and power. And we affirm that they go forth and flow forth in ways that give support spiritually, structurally, in ways that inspire minds, fortify and open hearts, quicken spirits, and educate. We affirm the law of giving and receiving, the law of circulation, knowing full well that it is God the good, omnipotent, that is our infinite, limitless source of supply. We are so grateful, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. All right, for our announcements this morning, www.unityofwichita.org/calendar. That is your place to go in order to find out all things going on with Unity of Wichita in this spiritual community. Whether it's the Course of Miracles class led by Cheryl Hamilton that meets on Wednesdays and Fridays, whether it's the Concepts of Prosperity series that's being led by Samantha Jones, my spiritual leader partner here, or whether it's the Oneness Blessing that'll be happening on the 21st of this month, or whether it's the women's group that occurs on Wednesday. Lots of opportunities to get involved and be fortified here. So if you go to, again, unityofwichita.org/calendar, you can find out the times when those things are happening, as well as you can find out the Zoom link so that you can tune in. Also at 12 o'clock, our youth gather together with Kelly McFarland on Zoom. So Kelly does an excellent job with the youth, and so they get together and at 12 o'clock. So speaking of our youth, We want to acknowledge and love on our youth and bless them. And we want to do the youth blessing. So let us, from a place of love and appreciation right now, bless our youth with our youth blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold
the
as you,
just
just as you are. We love you so much. And just as you are, we love you, big kids, so much as well. Thank you all for being a part of this Sunday experience. I want to apologize for not having music today since we don't have all parts of the service. So thank you for bearing with us. And I hope at least that you were able to get a chuckle from today's service. So if you want to hang out after the service is over and connect with others in our spiritual community, you may do so. So as we close, we can all affirm our prayer of protection together. And if you want, we can sing the peace song. It'll be kind of weird, but we'll do it. So all of us know our prayer of protection. So let us affirm it together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God.
The
love
love
of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over
us.
I am the presence
of God.
Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Amen.
Let there be peace on
earth,
and let it be
with me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace of God and peace.
God is our
God
Prince,
is our Prince, for
God is our King.
all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth
and let it be
and with peace. Every peace.
Every step I take, let this be my joy.
Take each moment and let each moment
Eternally, let there be peace and let it begin with me.
Woo! Wee! Thank you, Art. Thank you, Art.
You guys like my hair?
Love the hair.
Love it.
Love it. Woo!
All right. If anyone is willing to stay around and connect or give me some suggestions on how to do my hair, you're welcome to stay. If you need to go, we understand. we understand that you need to go, and we will see you. We will see you next week.
Hi, Jordan.
Bye, everybody. Except maybe Judith. Judith, you want to?
Bye, Nancy.
Art,
Yes.
a couple days ago, I had a dream. In the dream, I was driving a car and I looked back and I saw a big bunch of hair, just exactly like what's on your head right now. I thought there was somebody behind it, and I looked over there and said, "That's just a wig." You know? That's exactly like that hair. So I'm being told to laugh a little, right?
Yeah.
Hey, did I miss something? 'Cause did you guys start at 10?
What's that, Kelly?
Did you guys start at 10?
Yes? Yes?
Am I missing something that it's gotten over at 10:30?
Right.
I missed something.
It was a very short service.
Okay.
We were missing the music today. So there was a short,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I gotcha.
We just got to the meat of it and just went
Okay.
back to it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Check.
I'm gonna head out too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.
Love to
So
you
have
all.
a good-
Love
Okay.
you.
So long.
Art, I think you need to grow your hair out. Bye.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do. And I grew this in 24 hours too.
Yeah. Right.
Get your soul glow.
Better share how you did that.
I know.
Mine's getting a
There's-
little here on top.
I love you. I
Yeah.
think it could
I didn't
be.
get a chance to really groom it when I threw it on because I threw it on right at the end of toward the end of Alan's meditation. I should have went and had a mirror so I could kind of like style it a little bit.
It's very stylish. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see
remember
what's so
the
funny.
70s, and it's very stylish.
Well, you don't see what's so funny?
No, I'm pro fro, so I don't see what's so funny.
There you go. Anyway.
Are you guys doing okay?
It was fine.
Yeah. It's so good to see people.
Yeah. Sort of weird times here. It's just not
Well, this is a
Right.
good to talk a little bit, right? We don't get to talk about it ourselves,
yeah.
a lot of us. So
Yeah, it's one thing about these times, it really, I mean, if you're really able to get into a place of accepting it, you can really hone in on yourself in terms of, things that come up where you are in spirit. I mean, things that you might have been putting off or putting to the side that now have a chance to bubble up. So it's what I'm finding is that things that have been there that I may not have paid a lot of attention to, they're present right there for healing, reflection, et cetera, et cetera. So,
yeah.
so
You have to-
hopefully each and every one of you are getting along.
yeah.
I don't know, I guess Judith knows, but I'm messaging for the Sierra Club to get Trump out of office because I feel that he is hurting our environment. And that makes me feel better. I'm doing something. And I don't know how you feel about the president, but I feel like we need good, positive environmental progress again.
Who is this talking?
This is Sheila. Hello. Hello, Steve.
Oh, Sheila, I see. Okay, I got your picture. I just didn't see your lips moving.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't move. I can't, my camera's not working. I have to get a different camera or figure out how to make the camera on this thing work. Because my solution was not working.
It is hard to think about political things without getting so involved in it, isn't it? And if it makes you feel better, it must have some good coming to you. So But really, we can't see him as the source of evil or something, because, every soul is,
You know,
the same before God in truth. So I guess we have to put those both together in a way.
I try hard. I
That's
try hard to do that.
It's called a practice.
yes.
And sometimes I succeed. And I just feel that what he's doing, not him himself as an evil doer, as an evil being, but he does things that hurt what I love. And I love nature. I love animals and clean water and clean air. And because I love those things, I want to see someone in charge who will back that up. It isn't, like you say, it isn't him. He's showing us a shadow side of this country. And that's valuable if we pay attention, if we do something about it. I'm still in this world of duality, I'm afraid. Yeah, you too, huh? And as much as I'd like to live in a cloud, I care so much. Didn't somebody say recently or today, we're here to love. And that's what I'm trying to do by loving plants and animals and everything.
Yeah, the Course in Miracles says everything is either an expression of love or a call for love. And maybe we just have to look at it as a call for love, and so that it doesn't, the problem is, when you react too much, I've had the same thing. It's hard not to do, but you just can't let yourself become one with the thing you don't like. You have to, that is in the sense of being just like that. You can see the person as something holier than that, in reality, if we could see the reality of it.
I have a hard time seeing it. I know it. And I pity the person that he has to be right now. And I'm glad I'm not experiencing that as him. But yeah, he's one with us. I know. And that's why I said he's a teacher. He's a teacher. And pity is something I can go to. But pity is also dualistic, something else I'd like to leave behind and exist in a oneness place all the time. Yeah. It's my struggle. It's okay.
Well, there's a lot of wisdom in that citing of the Course of Miracles that Steve cited, that everything that happens is either an expression of love or a cry. And admittedly, if you see someone that you perceive as being harmful, it can be challenging to see where the divine is. That's a real thing that we go through. That's why we have our spiritual tools that can kind of help us, like prayer, that can help us in that regard. It's a very, and what prayer helps us do if we're really open, because it could be very easy to look at the problems of the world. And I don't think we should turn our eyes off to things in the world that are troubling or are problematic. the goal is to not allow ourselves to be so consumed by it that
Yeah.
we lose our standing or our peace in God. And one of the ways which we can do that is to try really hard to not over focus on what is lacking, but put a lot of focus on what the world needs. So if the world needs a higher consciousness of appreciating and protecting our environment, then we can put our focus there. And we can engage in efforts that help to promote that. If the world needs a higher consciousness of love and real connection beyond some of the beliefs about race and other things, then we can choose to put our focus on love. It's one thing to acknowledge the facts of a situation, and it's another thing to affirm the truth, because it is very easy to, if we put an over focus on the problems, then what we start doing in consciousness, we start praying the problem. And that's what we don't want to put over attention on the problem, because then we begin to make the problem bigger than God. And as far as who our president is, you know, a straight line application of unity principle is that he is the presence of the divine in action. It may be hard for some folks to see, but that's what spiritual realization causes us to know. It doesn't mean he's acting it. And then I also want to acknowledge that there are people in our spiritual community that feel the exact opposite about him. They're supporters of him. So
I know.
So so we want to, those are some things to consider.
Yes,
And-
he's God, and I know that he's God. I know that I'm a part of him and he's a part of me, and we're both together in that reality. I know that.
Yeah.
But my feelings are that in this world, in this time-space continuum, I don't like extinctions. Okay, that's all.
Mhm.
I am, it's not that he's, and I think he's, like I said, he's doing a valuable service to the country by letting us see what we need to do. In India, seekers are thank people that trigger their negative emotions, because those negative emotions show them where they need to work. And he's doing that for a lot of us. In a way, we can thank him for that. Would there be Black Lives Matter if he wasn't president? I don't know. But I know maybe I should just talk to you, Dart. Maybe other people don't. I don't know. Steve, you're right. He does need love, and I will try to send some more love to him. I will send some more love to him. I have.
And Sheila,
Yes.
let me be
yes.
clear. I don't want to say, I am not at all suggesting that you are quote unquote wrong for feeling what you're feeling.
I know.
I mean, okay, so I want to be clear. So, hey gang, I think we better go ahead and wrap up, because Kelly is going to be conducting her meeting with the youth
Okay.
on the Unity.
question. I have a plea. I would like to be in the next Black Lives Matters protest. If there's one in Wichita, if anybody knows how I find out about it, please let me know.
About what? What is it?
Bye-bye. I love you all. I love.
Okay.
Love.
All right.
That's what I put here to do is to
So
love,
much.
love, 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 love. Bye.